Are you smarter than a fifth grader? Seriously, in fifth grade, at least where I grew up, we learned about photosynthesis. And back in fifth grade, it seemed so complicated. Chlorophyll, mitochondria, all these different, green things. But it's actually pretty simple. Pretty simple, and it perfectly illustrates how a creative firm should be structured to continue to fuel itself just like a plant does by converting one form of energy into a form of energy that can fuel it to grow larger, stronger, and more beautiful than it's ever been. See, most strategists, they will compare your brand by the attributes that it obtains, which isn't incorrect by all means. I mean, that's pretty much what I've been doing all week. But that's only one part of brand development. And that is the byproduct of the anatomy of your organization. If the anatomy of your organization is not well understood, then the influence that you have on your brand is always going to fall short. So I want to show you how the anatomy of your organization, comparing it to a plant, perfectly highlights how you should be running your creative firm to have an abundance of life for those who you serve and those who engage with you. This looks complicated, but it's not, okay? Let me explain. What I've written out already in regards to the anatomy of your firm is the photosynthesis side. Okay? Anything that's already written out, plant, H2O, carbon dioxide, oxygen, all that stuff. This pertains to the plant. We'll do a quick run through, a quick refresher for those who may have, not looked at this material since grade school. That way we're all on the same page on how photosynthesis works. And then we'll run back through it, filling out the blanks in regards to what photosynthesis looks like for your firm. I know this seems a little boring, but this is that Mr. Miyagi wax on, wax off foundational material that is necessary for us to build throughout this series. Okay, so photosynthesis, quick refresher. Let's see if I can do it in under a minute. Toss the timer on. Boom, Peter McKinnon style. Sun is the primary energy source, light energy, that is being converted into carbohydrates, which is essentially plant energy, okay? So without the sun, none of this works. All right, now that we got that out the way, the sun shines on green leafy plants, okay? Those green leafy plants require two things that need to work together in order to produce carbohydrates. Those two things are water and carbon dioxide. Well, you don't have carbon dioxide without water. Let me explain why. The water, when reacting with light energy from the sun, releases oxygen into the atmosphere. Who's in the atmosphere to receive the oxygen? We are, living organisms, both humans and animals, right? So we inhale that oxygen and we exhale the oxygen in the form of carbon dioxide. I hope that I haven't lost you yet. This is all stuff that we do every day, okay? No big terms. This carbon dioxide requires this long arrow that I drew to come over to the other side here of the equation. Carbon dioxide is the other half of the energy production process. It receives a part of the water molecule that's needed in order for it to be converted into energy. It's as complicated as we're going to get on that. It goes through this weird thing called, well, it's not weird, but it goes through what's called the Calvin cycle. And the Calvin cycle essentially provides a deliverable that converts the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. And now we have energy. Boom, photosynthesis is pretty much done. The carbs are what the plant uses to fuel itself. That says fuel for the plant, okay? But guess what else? Living organisms can consume carbs as well. Cattle eat grass, we eat green leafy vegetables. They give us energy too. And that's the beauty of the photosynthesis process. Now, what does this look like for your firm? I'm just gonna go side by side here. The sun, the primary energy source, we're gonna equate that to different challenges in the marketplace, okay? I know it sounds kind of negative, but if you think about it, if you have too much sun, bad things can happen as well if you don't have the right solution or system in place to channel that energy. Now, the sun shines on plants, right? And that kickstarts this reaction. Our challenges are exposed to our firms, okay? So the plant is synonymous with the firm, okay? The firm. Water, and we all know natural rain, unless it's too acidic, is often the best form of water for your lawn, for any outdoor plants. It's just something about it, the minerals, the vitamins, and natural rain. It's like magic water, you know? So of course, when you get it, you wanna make sure you optimize it, do all that you can to take advantage of it, but you can't scale rain, you know? So what do you do when you can't scale it? You install an irrigation system, or you irrigate your lawn manually by watering it every day or however often you need to do so. But that's very time consuming. So water for your firm, the way that you can water your firm, if you think of it as a plant, is 1, through referrals, and 2, through networking, where you either go door to door and you do the work of meeting new people and going out and trying to create these new opportunities, or you create a system so that your networking can be fairly automated for you. That could look like posting stuff. We'll get into that, but the water, we're going to equate this to networking. All right. Boom. Now, as a result of networking, you're able to take the insights that you receive and convert that into content in the marketplace, in the same way that oxygen is released into the atmosphere. Now, who's going to consume the content that you put in the marketplace? It's going to be your target audience. So your target audience receives or inhales content, okay? So I'm going to write this out as TA inhales this, okay? Boom, content. Now we all know once you inhale, you're eventually going to have to exhale. And what do you exhale? You exhale your needs. All right, we've all seen it. You start seeing content that influences and impacts you in a way that makes you want to you yearn for more of it. You need more of it in your life. And eventually when you need it enough, you decide to go to the source, right? CO2 here, it's the other part of the equation that's needed. You go to the source with your need. So your target audience needs are the other part of this equation, all right? We inhale oxygen in the atmosphere. We exhale our needs back into the atmosphere. Those needs are then taken on by the creative firm. And instead of going through the Calvin cycle like a plant does, the Calvin cycle, remember, provides the deliverable needed to convert carbon dioxide into carbs. We are converting our target audience's needs into money, right? That's the energy required for our firms to live, grow, and thrive. And we do that by providing whatever our deliverables look like. For the Rare Perspective, we provide creative sprints that provide us with the information that we need to run successful video campaigns for our clients. This can be whatever you provide to the marketplace, okay? Now, once you've made money as a result of this process that we've gone through, the money should be used, what I'd recommend, is to fuel the firm. But we also know that as a result of the firm providing something that can be consumed by its target audience, you're also fueling your target audience. Okay? And this is what makes up the anatomy of your firm. Okay? So let's run through this one more time. Photosynthesis is nothing more than an energy conversion. You're going from the challenges in the marketplace as the primary energy source needed for you to generate fuel for your organization. And that fuel that you're converting into is money. We all need money to stay alive. How you get to that money is through the deliverable that you provide for your target audience's needs. The way that you get to your target audience's needs is by informing them through networking on what you do to meet their needs through content. They inhale that content in the marketplace, on social media platforms, in person, through dialogue, and then they express to you in a more refined manner exactly what they need so that you can be the solution to meet their needs. And this process is cyclical, keeps happening over and over again. And that's the beauty of running a creative firm. You get to work with so many different people. You get to meet so many different needs. And once you understand how this process works, you can have the best looking and performing organization on the block. When people drive by your organization, they stop and stare. That's what happens with my lawn. And yeah, I'm excited for you all. And I just want to leave it there. So I'll talk to you guys later.